have got two new kits to reveal to you today. We've got T3-M4, the droid from KOTOR, and then the new Sith Fighter, a new Sith ship hitting the game. I'm super excited to share these kits with you today. This is going to be a very introductory video. I'm just going to be sharing the kit information with you so you can be aware of what they are going to do. I haven't had much time to really play around these characters and develop an opinion, so I'm going to be doing that this week, and I'll have follow-up videos. I've been on vacation with my family, so I've even had less time than a lot of the other game changers had, as I actually just got back an hour ago to make this video for you. So, without any further ado, let's get to it. We have got, first of all, T3-M4. This is going to be a, obviously, light side support droid with the Old Republic tag. He is described as an offensive droid who supports a droid team with extra stats and debuffs the enemy team. Ooh, so I know a lot of people already are going to be speculating, are we going to have a droid rework? I don't think that is leading to this yet, but who knows? We will see. It's nice to see love for that faction. His basic ability is called Disable. Final text reads, deal special damage to target enemy with a 75% chance to inflict ability block for 1 turn. If the enemy has target lock, the ability block can't be resisted. So that could pair pretty well with, say, Imperial Probe Droid. Special number 1 is called Repair Kit, and we've got a 3-turn cooldown on this. Final text reads, dispel all debuffs from target ally. If that ally was a droid, also recover 50% and 50% health and 50% protection, and gain crit hit immunity and offense up for 2 turns. So in a droid team, that is insanely valuable. That's like a call to action, if you will, only you're going to choose who to give it to. Very, very valuable to have on your team. The only hesitation I have is you've got to be doing this with droids, and droids obviously don't have as much of a place in the meta right now. But that said, could eventually, and if that were to happen, then this would automatically become that much more useful. But for now, really great, just not as many useful droids out there. Special number 2, Carbonite Projector. This is a cooldown of 4, and the final text reads, deal special damage to all enemies and dispel all defensive buffs from any enemies who have them. Then remove 20% turn meter and inflict critical chance down and offense down for 2 turns. Target locked enemies can't resist these debuffs. So again, target lock synergy. I feel like this has got to work with maybe Imperial Probe Droid somehow. But hey, 20% turn meter reduction and a mass dispel. Very, very solid. There's a cooldown of 4 on that, but really useful. Unique number 1, and we've got 2 uniques here. Unique number 1 is Combat Logic Upgrade. Final text is a Zeta ability. Droid allies gain 8% potency and critical hit chance stacking each time T3-M4 uses an ability. Also, droid allies have 8% critical damage for each debuff on the enemy team. So look at that, 8% critical damage for each debuff. Very solid. So you want to have debuff heavy droids going for this, and this is just going to apply to droid enemy or allies, but 8% critical damage for each debuff. Wow, that could add up really fast the way that we have debuffs flying around currently in the game. Unique number 2, Master Gearhead. Final text, and this is also a Zeta ability. T3-M4 gains 100% defense penetration. Then droid allies gain 100% of T3-M4's defense penetration. Additionally, each time T3-M4 starts his turn, he has a 75% chance to inflict target lock for 2 turns on a random enemy who does not already have it. This target lock cannot be evaded. So lots of target lock going around just based on this unique ability, and that target lock can't be resisted, and then the effects throughout his kit are going to be unable to be resisted based on who is going to have that target lock. So more target lock synergy that we are seeing here. Very cool, and I think that he will plug very well into a droid team. Again, my main hesitation here is just simply that we just don't have a droid meta right now, especially, I mean, in the testing, I did struggle with the HK-47 lead to do much against the meta teams. I'm not even showing him against Trey here because I was getting rolled, but I did have some success against Nightmare teams. We could be one solid droid away from making this work, maybe a solid droid leader. Right now, HK-47 not quite cutting it. Why don't we have a General Grievous rework? Plug him in there, and then maybe things could be humming along. But for now, very cool, nice to have. Not amazing just based on the faction, but if the faction got better, this would become that much better. And then we have the Sith Fighter. Obviously, Sith Fighter is going to be Dark Side. Categories: Dark Side, Sith, Attacker. And this unit is described as an agile Sith attacker that bypasses enemy defenses. Alright, so let's get into the kit for the Sith Fighter. Basic is Stifle. Final text reads, deal physical damage to target enemy and inflict healing immunity for 2 turns. Very nice to have. Special number 1, First Strike. This is on a cooldown of 3, and this reads, final text, deal physical damage to target enemy and inflict health down for 2 turns. This attack deals 50% more damage if the target is below 50% health. So you will want to be targeting those enemies who are below 50% health to do more damage. I didn't really see a ton of damage coming out from Sith Fighter, but again, I had very little time to test this, very little time with it. So I'm sure that with a little more testing, we might be able to get more out of this unit. Unique number 1 is Swarm Tactics. Final text, Sith Fighter's attacks ignore protection against debuffed enemies. When a Sith ally deals damage to an enemy not at 100% health, they gain Foresight and Defense Penetration for 2 turns. When an enemy falls below 100% health, all Sith allies gain 25% turn meter. Sith Fighter can't score critical hits. Okay, so Sith Fighter is crit immune. Her ship will also be able to boost the turn meter of every Sith ally whenever an enemy falls below 100% health. 25% turn meter, very, very valuable, especially in an environment where we're not able to manipulate the speed nearly as much as we are in the squad arena. Reinforcement ability, extreme maneuverability. Final text, enter battle. Sith Fighter gains Foresight for 2 turns when reinforced and when a Sith ally scores a critical hit. While Sith Fighter has Foresight, it has plus 25% offense and loses 10% max health, stacking at the start of each of its turns. So we're going to really kind of have a glass cannon here, is the way that reads to me. More offense, less health. However, when I was practicing this with the Sith Fighter, I wasn't able to see really massive hits, so it might just be a glass pistol at this point. But again, limited time to test. I'm really not happy with the test. I'm kind of more just showing this footage for animation purposes. Really need more time with this to create valuable tests for you. So, what are some of your thoughts of these characters? To my knowledge, both of them are going to be, I should say character and ship, they're going to be released via marquee events. T3-M4 is going to be similar to the K2SO release, where Android users were able to get a 7-star K2SO. My understanding is it's not going to be a free 7-star character, but that Android characters will get the first opportunity to unlock T3-M4, and then iOS users will have a chance. So it's not quite as bad as the last one was. I hated the fact that that everyone got K2SO at 7 stars on Android and Apple users got nothing. I wasn't a huge fan of that. I'm still not a huge fan of this, but it's, you know, at least iOS users are going to have a chance to get the character. More details on that are forthcoming. That's just the general idea that we were given for now. That said, is it really going to give Android users that much of an advantage? Look, the droids aren't meta. T3-M4 looks awesome, but not in a no droid meta environment that we have right now. This character needs to have more solid droids to be OP, and right now we just don't have that. So I think it's going to be a great character to have for the future, potentially, if we're going to have a droid meta at some point. I would hope we do, and at that point he will probably become a lot more useful. So let me know what some of your thoughts are down in the comments below. What do you think about T3-M4? What do you think about the Sith Fighter. Lots of exciting stuff coming to you guys in the coming weeks. I do have the top 15 tallied, and I'm ready to bring that to you. And I also have a bracket ready for you guys for the top 15 tournament, which will be hitting soon as well. So stay tuned. That video will be coming to you later this week, and then we will be able to fill out brackets for that tournament, which will be hitting the week following. And I hope you guys like the new intro. By the way, I have a new outro for you as well. Super excited about that. Let me know what you think about that as well. So thanks again for joining me. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. And as always, my brothers, don't forget
my dead body. Sorry about the mess.